From the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. Time for We Pick 'em. We got 5 games, all basketball. They're all good, Barry. Let's get right to them. Let's start with the OU men playing Iowa State on Saturday. Who you got in this one?
Well, I'm going to take the Sooners at home. Iowa State's not a great matchup for the Sooners. Cyclones waxed OU up in Ames. But I think Sooners will have their focus after that disastrous game in Austin, losing the 22-point lead. I think the Sooners, Mbai and Romero Osby can really do some damage inside Iowa State. Not deep inside. I think Sooners get a victory.
I like Iowa State in this one. Iowa State dominated up in Ames, and I do think Oklahoma will be motivated after the Texas loss. I just think, like you said, this may not be a great matchup for the Sooners, and I think while they may be motivated, they might also still be reeling a little bit. You lose a 22-point lead in Austin in the last 7.5 minutes of that game. It's going to be tough. So I like Iowa State to win on Saturday. Here's another Saturday game. This one is the OSU men against Texas in Stillwater. Who you got in this one, Barry?
I got the Cowboys. I really like the way the Cowboys are playing. I think they match up well with Texas. They just got too many horses for Texas. Cowboys really come at you in a lot of different ways. So I think Cowboys are sort of on the ascent and going into March Madness. I like OSU.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys in this one as well. They took care of business very, very handily in Austin earlier this year. Really when they were still kind of getting their road legs under them. They'd won at Kansas, but you still thought, well, is this for real? Are they going to be able to win road games? And they went to Austin and won pretty handily. I think they're going to handle Texas. And this is a resume builder week. We had that in the paper midweek, but this is definitely a resume builder week for Oklahoma State. They won at TCU easily. I think they're going to beat Texas easily. And then they get ready for Iowa State. And I think that's going to be a great game come next week. All right, what about this one, Barry? Thunder at Clippers on Sunday. Who you got in this one?
Well, I've got the Clippers. I just haven't seen the Thunder play well on the road recently. Some dispiriting road performances. Now, I think it's an important game. This is a likely, a likely Western Conference semifinals. So I think it's important that the Thunder establish some ground here against the Clippers. But until the Thunder sort of regains its road status, I'm going to take the Clippers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Clippers in this one as well. I think the Thunder's, as far as road games go, it's not the second game of a back-to-back. They play Friday at Denver, so they've got a chance to get out there, get rested, get ready for this game. But, it's just, they seem a little squishy on the road right now. You just don't quite know what you're going to get out of the Thunder when it comes to road performances. So I think it'll be a great game, but I think the Clippers at home, I just have to pick them right now because I just don't believe in the Thunder on the road just now. What about this one, though? Barry, Thunder comes home on Tuesday to play the Lakers. Who you got in this one?
Well, I got the Thunder. The Thunder's playing great at home, 18-1 against the West here in Oklahoma City. I think the Lakers, they've mounted a charge, but the Lakers are still an inferior team when you're talking about the Western elite. I don't think they can match up well with the Thunder. The Thunder was built to beat the Lakers. They were built to beat a good Laker team, much less a mediocre Laker team. I think the Thunder probably hammers the Lakers.
We talked about motivation earlier. I think the Thunder's going to be motivated to make up for that loss to the Lakers earlier this season. I'm going Thunder in this one for sure. I don't know if they hammer them. I don't know if they, sort of send a message to the Lakers, but I definitely think they're going to handle them pretty easily. I think the Lakers, I'm more impressed with them now than I was before when the Thunder played them. They just seemed like they were a dead team walking. Now they seem like they might be able to mount a charge to get into the playoffs, but still a lot of problems with this team, and I don't see the Thunder having any problem with them on Tuesday. All right, lastly, Barry, I mentioned this game earlier. Oklahoma State goes to Iowa State. Who you got in this one?
I'm going to take Iowa State. I think it'll be a great game. I think Cowboys, like I said, playing really well, but I think Iowa State's also playing well. Iowa State's playing for that NCAA seeding. I think this will go right down to the wire, but I think Cyclones tough to beat in Ames. I think Iowa State gets it done.
There's something about Ames. It's always tough to go to Ames and win, but I got Oklahoma State going to Ames and winning. I think the Cowboys are going to take care of business up there. Had a great game against Iowa State earlier this year. I think it'll be another fantastic matchup between these two. Iowa State obviously gives a lot of people fits at home, nearly had Kansas beat. Some people say they should have had him beat after a no call at the end of that game, but it's going to be a tough one. But I like Oklahoma State. We've talked about toughness that this team's shown. I like their toughness, and I think they're going to be able to go to Iowa State and win. But man, this is one you definitely want to make sure you're in front of the TV for. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.